Welcome to today's video. It has been about a week since I posted my last one, and this is an update on my journey to quitting smoking. So today's Saturday. I'm actually a day late posting this, but 2 Fridays ago, so as of yesterday, it has been 2 weeks since I have smoked a cigarette. And honestly, it has not been as bad this time as it has been during previous efforts trying to quit and stay quit. Reason being is that this time I pretty much just avoided the triggers that would usually spark a cigarette craving. You know, this includes avoiding car rides in general. This includes not visiting the gas station that is so convenient to go to because it's right around the corner from my house. But unfortunately, that is the place that I always bought cigarettes. So trying to not remind myself or put myself back in the feeling, I'm avoiding places that I would go to buy cigarettes, and I'm avoiding situations in which I would smoke. And I just wanted to take a minute in today's video, not so much to talk about my journey with quitting smoking, but just to make everybody out there who's going through the same thing and also making an effort to kick the cigarette habit, or who has, you know, in the past, and there's still smoke-free, but still looking for advice on how to continue to stay smoke-free. Whatever the reason is that you're here, I'm glad you're here. It's pretty important to realize that, nicotine, you know, tobacco, specifically nicotine itself, you know, it's a drug. It's a drug that keeps you wanting to come back for more. You know, when you're a smoker, you're addicted to nicotine, and when your body and your mind are telling you it's time for that next cigarette, that's the nicotine talking. So nicotine's a drug that you can become addicted to. So when you quit smoking, you're a recovering addict. And I don't think that, you know, nicotine and cigarette smoking really gets the attention it deserves in terms of, you know, calling people who are ex-smokers recovering addicts. And I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe it's just because, you know, of course, once you're of age to buy cigarettes, it's a legal thing. You know, it's not like like heroin or cocaine, you know, when you're talking about people who are recovering addicts from like methamphetamine. But you know, there's still drugs that alter your thinking, that you become addicted to. Cigarettes are no different. Alcohol, you know, is along those same lines too. I mean, people, you know, will go far enough to call somebody who, you know, drinks, you know, or is trying to quit alcohol a recovering addict, but they'll never use that term really with cigarette smoking. And that's unfortunate because you are a recovering addict. Bottom line, since you are a recovering addict, when you quit smoking, then it's important to just remember that you have to have a plan in place. And I'm not telling you that you always have to think about cigarettes, because actually you're trying to put cigarettes and smoking in the back of your head. You want to forget about that. It's a habit that you don't want to dwell on. You want to forget you ever did it. You know, that's probably the best way that you're going to stay away from it. But, you know, there are a lot of smokers in this world. You're going to come across situations where maybe you just see somebody smoking on TV, on a TV show or a movie, or, you know, your neighbor is outside and smoking a cigarette. You know, maybe you live with somebody who smokes and you're going to see them smoking. You're going to be around the cigarette smell, and you're going to see them blowing smoke out of their mouths. And see, you're going to have plans in place. You're going to have to work out your emotions now. So when these situations happen, you know how to react and how to respond, so you can get past those cravings or just avoid the cravings altogether. Because once again, it's going to be a lot easier for you to fall back into that habit than somebody who had never done it before. So just for an example, I live with a smoker now. You know, me and my girlfriend both smoked. I've quit, she has not quit. So for example, sometimes when she's over by the front door smoking a cigarette, I haven't asked her to alter her routine. She's gonna do what she's gonna do, and you know, when she's ready to quit, she's gonna quit. But what I've done is I'll walk outside, you know, and breathe fresh air. I'll take a cup of coffee outside with me and look up at the sky, you know, and just be breathing fresh air, like I said, as opposed to like cigarettes. It's one of the ways that I found that helps me deal with those moments. You know, again, I have a plan to handle when she's smoking, so I can avoid the urges, you know, of wanting to pick a cigarette up again and avoid craving altogether. So have a plan for pretty much every situation that you can think of where you would run into a situation where somebody is smoking or you're exposed to it, and therefore you're going to have a craving possibly because of that. Work through some of these situations in your head, figure out how you're going to respond. Yeah, some people have like chants that they'll do, or they'll like repeat a phrase in their head. Some people just get away from it altogether. Some people have to change their lineup of friends they have in their life. So maybe there's just some people that you just can't get away from it, and you can't handle being around somebody that smokes, but they're always there, or that is your friend, and every time you're together they're smoking. And sometimes you just have to make adjustments in your life, because you're talking about your own survival. You're talking about not having to have a hole in your throat that you have to breathe and talk through. You're talking about yourself avoiding getting cancer, avoiding losing a limb because of circulation issues. You're talking about avoiding stroke and heart attack. So when you're talking about your own health and your own existence, you might have to make some really important decisions in your life to get cigarettes out of them and permanently out of your life. So that's my advice to you. Just be sure to have a plan in place when it does come time for you to quit smoking. I have had to enact my plan over the course of the last couple weeks, and I will continue to have to enact my plans for potentially the rest of my life, and that's okay as long as I'm not smoking and I'm not worried about waking up one day and having lung cancer, or some sort of debilitating disease because I smoked. I'll have another update for you next Friday or Saturday, just whenever I get around to recording the video, but hopefully I make it 3 weeks and I'll be able to post a video and give you a 3-week update, and then 4 weeks, and then 5 weeks, and maybe years from now, I'll be celebrating hundreds of weeks smoke-free with you guys right here on this YouTube channel. And I also hope that a lot of you will be able to be celebrating the same thing for yourselves. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and stay smoke-free.